everybody, it's Will.
This is Thomas.
And we are back once again at the virtual spinner rack right here on OK Boomer, the podcast. We got a double week going because, we all know how much Thomas loves it when I make us read like multiple issues and we work on the same story for like 6 months, almost like we actually work in the bullpen at Marvel or something. But we decided we're going to start doing some graphic novelage, and I kind of was trying to put this one off because, it's more than 22 pages to read. So, but we did it anyhow. It is one of the best written books ever at DC Comics, and it is by the infallible Mark Waid and Alex Ross.
Yeah, I mean, and this really is. I read some of it the other day, and I finished reading it today. It's probably been 10 years since I read this, and it's one of those books that gets better the more you read it. I mean, it really is. You just catch more and more and more. Hell, I caught the creeper in it today after talking with you so much. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, there he is. He's sitting right over there having a beer. But I mean, it's a visual splendor. Years ago, back when we had the site, you remember I did a top 10 artist of all time, and I did put Ross on my top 10 list, and primarily for like this, for this stuff, because to me, there's before Alex Ross and there's after Alex Ross. And it's crazy how much this changed the way we look at comics now.
Well, this series was actually birthed out of his work at Marvel when he did the Marvels series.
Yeah.
Where, it was the human experience dealing with the Marvels, which would be, all the superheroes and villains, of course, of the Marvel Universe. Apparently 90% of them all located in New York City.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing about the Marvel Universe. And, well, that's what's so radical about this versus Marvels. I have to go back and reread Marvels again. The art in here is so good. But, yeah, in Marvels, the story is really told from the standpoint of the normal guy. Mm-hmm. And in here, we do have a normal human that kind of anchors the story, but we're right there in the midst of everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's terrifying. Matter of fact, our on the cover, we get our number one guy, and I actually brought him to show you because I'm getting into him again. This is our main dude.
The Spectre.
Yeah. I bought this primarily for that. A beautiful Calcutta Madam X cover. But mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing, this whole story is told from the Spectre and McKay's point of view. Only we get to see some other stuff that,
there was some other stuff that I forgot about because the first few times you read this, you're just so like taken aback by, what the hell is going on? Where are the superheroes? How far in the future are we? Are they all dead?
Well, and that's the whole thing.
Who's alive? Who's alive? Who do we think is this person, but is actually their offspring? And, back and forth like that. And then we start off with Norman, the preacher man there.
Yeah.
Ministering to Wesley Dodds, the original Sandman from World War II.
Yeah.
Or as I like to refer to him as Sandman Mystery Theater.
Yeah.
And because I had that really cool poster of him from Sandman Mystery Theater up on my wall when I was a teenager. I love this series.
An awesome series.
But he's dying and somehow passes his powers onto the Preacher Man.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily his. We don't want to say it's his powers or whatever, but it's his ability to see the future, the vision of the horror that is coming.
Yeah.
The
that's what Wesley's power actually was. He didn't have a power per se. He was kind of like he would have the visions of things to come, and then he would
Open the door.
No My Little Ponies. And then he would go and see what was going on, and he would show up and wait for them to stop to commit the crime, and then gas the whole room and tie him up with like a note or something, and send him off to prison. He goes, well, I can't stop them before they do it, but I can stop them while they're starting to do it.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and read some more. Like I said, it's been a long time since I read Mystery Theater.
JR with CBT is in the house.
Cool.
It's so full of Easter eggs and awesomeness. I can't stand it. I know. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg.
I know you want to go outside.
Yes, I actually. Are you talking about the follow-up kind of like little mini series of Magog that they like the one shot or like the 2-issue or something like that they did following this, because they were like following up with some of the characters?
Yeah, well, they did about 4 of those too. I think they did a Magog, and they did who is it? They did Magog, and I saw them a while ago because actually I went in and looked. I found all my first prints for this.
I found my trade paperback.
I found all my first prints, and I saw the rest of them. And
I found some of my Kingdom Come action figures.
Sweet. And then there was the Justice series that was after this. You remember Alex Ross's Justice?
Yeah, I found a box of figures for that too.
Damn it!
Don't.
How many figures have you got?
Man, I have so many action figures that I'm like, and I still have probably like a good 24 boxes I haven't opened yet. Granted, some of those are books, but a lot of them are action figures. Like some of the bigger boxes are action figures. I'm like, I have enough action figures that if my action figures were women, I could open my own harem.
Your own harem.
But, keep in mind, if I did that, you would never see me in a podcast ever again.
I'd be busy.
I would be dead in about 12 hours. But, I mean, I would have a Cesar Romero smile on my face that you couldn't take off with a ball-peen hammer.
Speaking of Cesar Romero, I did not realize, not him, but his alter ego is in here. I'm like, I completely just had forgotten that when we get to it.
Magog was molded on all of the horrible Rob Liefeld 90s anti-heroes. I take that to mean Deadpool and Cable, but I could be wrong.
That actually sounds like a plausible scenario.
Wait, did Magog have like all these pouch bandoliers around him in various places, but they were never in the same place twice? Because then it was definitely a spoof on Rob Liefeld.
I can't remember. We'll have to look to it when we get to it. I remember his jacked up eye.
Yeah.
Talking about other things, you're talking about the original Golden Age Sandman is in this, because this came out originally in 96. So he had to have started working on this, say 94, I would guess. I don't know, because I don't know how long it. Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons why he doesn't have he only does covers now.
his shoulder pads and no feet were a dead giveaway.
Damn it. That's terrible. Yeah. I'm not sure we see his feet. We'll have to watch.
JR is going to be here all week. Don't worry about it, folks.
But, so this came out in 94. You think about it, this is still in the heyday of Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, so they couldn't have used him, but I mean, that's Sandman was originally, it's a Vertigo title. It's kind of like an Elseworlds book, but what do you do with Sandman?
You buy all the hardcovers and read them over and over again.
I actually bought all the trades now. I have all the trades.
What did I find the other day? I see some of them I bought like the floppies.
Yeah.
Because I was, it's just another series that I was like, I don't know, like 6 years behind in. And I was like I'm already collecting like 72 books. I don't think I can take one more. And then I started, he goes, and my friend that owns the shop is telling me, he goes, dude, two of your favorite series are like Swamp Thing and Hellblazer. How are you not reading Sandman? And then I started reading Sandman. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's a freaking amazing.
And I was buying the floppies, but as the trades came out, and I prefer the hardcovers opposed to the floppies because you're not going to get the wavy of the pages that much,
Yeah.
Of course, you need like the higher clearance on all your shelves. You need like 14-inch clearance on all your shelves because some of these comic book hardcovers are like oversized and insane.
Yeah, the absolute Green Lantern I bought was like that. All right, there's our cover, people.
Badoom.
This is the classic cover. I did not capture the back of it. Probably should have done the spread because it shows about 100 superheroes in the damn cover. But the main people we need to see is the Spectre.
Yeah. So basically, you have the Spectre. And the Spectre is the ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah, exactly. He's come to show McKay. I think his name is McKay. What is going to happen?
Norman McKay. Yeah.
If everything keeps going the way it is.
Yeah. And I thought it was weird, but a really cool homage that Ross took a lot of the characters and put them in like their golden age costumes, like to the right of the Spectre there in the gold outfit with the red pinstriping for better.
This guy
like is Captain Atom.
Yeah.
That's gold. That's like the golden age Captain Atom right there.
Is it? I know
That's
it's Captain Atom, but I didn't know it was the Golden Age suit. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, it's like one of the earlier Captain Atom suits.
Huh.
And of course, on the other side is Harlequin, but not Harleen Quinzel.
No, that's the Harlequin from the was it the
Titans?
Yeah, Titans from the Jack of Hearts Club or whatever it is. The Hearts, the people that ride the little cards. What are they called?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm having a brain fart. That's what happens when you work too much.
I'm just. It's a DC thing, so I'm like, oh, he's gonna fuck it up.
Look.
The Royal Flush Gang.
The Royal Flush Gang. That's it. Catwoman and all and some of these people we don't even know. Tiger King, Magog. I don't know who this dude is. I don't know the bull guy. That's the lady from The Outsiders, isn't it?
I can't
And I'm
tell.
not sure who this is.
We'll get a better look as we go on. We should probably flip the page there.
Yeah. All right. So it starts with this wonderful freaking foreshadowing of a story or foreshadowing of what's coming if you have read the story.
In any big DC story that goes dark, it's always Superman versus Batman.
Yeah. I mean, and it just because they're two ideals, two opposing ideals, and that's one of the things that Frank Miller always said he wanted to correct when he was doing the damn Dark Knight Returns. Superman and Batman just would not be friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're freaking polar opposites.
So you have Superman as the eagle with the spear of destiny in his hand.
Yep.
See, there's another Easter egg right there for you, JT. And he's attacking the bat, and there's little historical sayings going through as we flip pages, and things are going on, and it's just like forbearance of stuff that's happening.
Oh yeah, this is straight up the apocalypse. I mean, you've got there's the eagle and the eagle and the bat fighting. You see all the this is the Green Lantern and Flash, and then you've got the war that's coming. And the whole point of it, you read this,
and the red lightning is something that they used in Crisis. When the planets were dying, you would see the red lightning.
Oh yeah, lightning was everywhere. Yeah, that's right. On Crisis, that's another one I hadn't read in years. And then you come to this page, and all of a sudden now we're with normal people. You see
kinda.
Well, kinda, but humans. It's at a hospital, and then here's the
Hey, thanks for subscribing, JT. I mean, I'm calling him JT. Why am I calling you Justin Timberlake? JR.
But he says he tells the pastor Norm. He says, I see things, and he's there, and he's like, it's all out of the Wesley. It's all out of the Book of Revelations. But he gets so upset about the visions that he actually pulls us down, like
he's pulling his IV needles.
Yeah, his IV needle out. He's gonna get up and leave the hospital.
Well, that hits a little too close to home for me because that's what I kept trying to do when I came out of the coma. So,
yeah, I've heard that's pretty common. Heard that hurt like hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's trying to get his hat. He's like, I've got to get out of here. I've got to do what I can to stop it. Somebody's got to do something. And of course, the nurses come in and the doctor comes in. This is our first real.
Well, yes, you should have, but at least you finally did.
Yeah,
spread the word.
Well, yeah, let somebody know. We're here reading old school books. But this is kind of our first little hint. If you don't know who the original Sandman is, who he is, and then we look outside the hospital window, and of course, there's people flying down everywhere outside the window. Like, what in the heck is going on? And of course, the pastor continues quoting from Revelation, and then we flash forward to the death of Sandman.
Yeah, Wesley's funeral. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Wesley Dodd's funeral. And of course, Norman gives his
eulogy.
And it's small and everything. I love how it's in the future though.
I'm just here to help you out with the big words. Sporting
this car. I told you I was tired, man. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. Here's another thing too. We get to this. The DC's always had they've always called them metahumans, and Marvel was mutants and all that. But it's the same thing. This is kind of pulling from the X-Men. If you look at it, UNNX, metahuman sensors, and all that stuff. But this also kind of goes back to Suicide Squad. They were doing crazy crap like that.
Yeah.
In the old things. But he's talking about the visions that he's seen. And this is the page to me where we start to see that something's not right. You know, he talks about walking around the town and everything's tore up.
Yeah, there's apparently a spaceship that's crashed into the side of a building, and they just leave it there and put up like sawhorses to to block it off.
Oh, it's not a spaceship. It's a robot. It's a statue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a statue. It's like Lady Liberty. She's been toppled over. It's all symbolic.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's Lady Liberty. She's fallen. And they can't even Lady Liberty or Justice, whichever one you want to say, because she's got the scales. It may be Justice, but they can't ride her. She's permanently down. And
that kind of hits close to home from last year, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. It's you can't do it.
Hey, Cliff.
I don't know if I go that far, but damn, dude, it's up on the list. But
yeah, I think this is. I mean, this is hailed as the greatest DC story. Like DC miniseries, yeah.
Oh yeah,
followed by the original Crisis on Infinite Earths and then a whole bunch of Batman stuff.
Yeah, a whole bunch of Batman.
Dark Knight Returns, and for me, Batman the Cult was great because the breaking of the bat. But back
we'll have to do the Cult later. Then.
Back to we'll do that at a different time.
But the thing that you get here as Norman's walking along is the world is now overpopulated by the children of the superheroes, and they really don't care for anything. They're just the world is gone, and all they do is fight amongst themselves. They've lost the idea of protecting the innocent and standing up for truth and justice. But beyond that, he's talking about, the world no longer belongs to normal people. It doesn't belong to humans anymore. The world is now belongs to the offspring of all the superheroes. And that's why they don't, if you look here on this page, they talk about, they don't have any more, there's no sports or anything. There's nothing for humans to do because
there's no more sports. I got a kick out of it that they've got the Rock'em Sock'em Robot game up in the corner.
Yeah, that's not really a sport, but yeah, they got the Rock'em Sock'em Robot game. But see, this is later this year. This kind of ties back to another story we're going to read. We've already talked about it because we read Joker a while back, and we were talking about we're going to read Luther because I absolutely love the Azero series with Luther. And this is the exact same thing that Luther says in the whole point. With the superheroes there, they've taken the place. Humans don't rise up anymore. There's nothing they can do because all of the superheroes are doing it for them.
Mm-hmm.
We're not standing on our own 2 feet. Oh, dude, did you check out Green Arrow here?
Oh my God! It was. Let me tell you, it was kill. They got Spike and Ike up in the window too, up above the ship. It kills me for the fact that they're at a superhero restaurant and they have no idea what any of these people used to be called.
Yep.
I did like the last page where he walks into the restaurant.
This one,
and there's not this because I mean this is this triggered me like 25 years ago, and it triggers me now. Hey, welcome! I'm the Green Arrow. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're the wrong one.
Yeah, Green Arrow. Can I serve you?
But they got the Batman issue #1 poster up with Robin with the green cape.
Damn it. But yeah, they go into the bar and they're just going on about, hey, check out all the, the food, and it's just it's a freaking, the old days of the superheroes have become, it's Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
This is Marvel Universal before Universal Studios Marvel, or whatever you want to call it, before you go to Universal Studios, only with DC. And so he goes in. I guess he orders some food.
Oh, cool.
I didn't catch that one. I'll have to go back and look. Yeah. Huh. So Norman eats him a hamburger or whatever. He orders him American way or whatever they want to call it, and he leaves. And there's walking down the floor, and he's, says, according to the world, he's talking about the world of God and the superheroes taking them, and they don't, he's still going on about nothing. And then we get to our first big splash scene of the book, and he says, God never accounted for the mighty in this world, because they've just taken over it. It's their own little plaything.
Yeah, and I can't remember what she's called, but
Star Sapphire?
That's not Star Sapphire. That's Wonder Woman's daughter, I think.
Oh, her?
Hold on, I'll tell you. 1 second. Because I'll just go grab the damn action figure because it's sitting right here.
Oh, God, he ran away, y'all, while he goes to get an action figure. But, yeah, so we got to this point, and we realized that the world has gone to poop, because all of the superheroes that are supposed to be protecting us and society no longer do that. Oh, but chaos. We got to let William know he's been unplugged again. Are you back?
Motherfucking program.
Language.
That's Nightstar.
Nightstar. Okay.
So I don't think it says.
Leroy says in the comments that everybody's listed on the last page of the graphic novel, so I'll have to give us a last page of the graphic novel for next time.
Yeah. So
that way we can run through everybody.
So before we go back into this, I just want to show off just some of the retarded stuff I have. So I have Nightstar, Dick and Corey's daughter. That's right. Hey, Leroy knows some DC stuff. Magog. Somebody who we'll see later on in this episode.
Aquaman.
My favorite version of this character ever was from this line.
Dead Man. Holy crap, dude, that's a beautiful figure.
Because he's really dead. And then the cheapest character that they made.
the Flash.
Yeah. Well, just make a red body and put the helmet on him. We're good.
That was it.
And then the armored Wonder Woman.
So now that we know you have like $400 worth of figures or some crap.
Still better than Wonder Woman 1984.
Damn it.
Okay, so I'm gonna. let's get us off of me because I just scared people out of the room. I'm just gonna stack those over there. I have a lot more of these. I think I have I have like the whole set, like all I think 5 waves of them.
I had a Superman at one time and a few other ones, but I didn't have all those.
Yeah, I still haven't even gotten to like all my figures. So like, I'm not sure if it says it. Yeah, wave 1 was Superman, unarmored, like regular Wonder Woman costume, Hawkman, and Green Lantern. Wave 2 was Batman, Shazam, Red Robin, who in this case is actually Dick Grayson.
Yeah, not Tim Drake, Red Robin.
Yeah, and then Kid Flash, and wave 3 was Deadman, the Flash, Magog, and armored Wonder Woman.
So they didn't make JR actually asked in the comments if they made a Power Woman action figure for that series, so they did not.
No, but I do have a 13-inch DC Select Power Woman figure. But
cool.
It's buried under this stuff, so you don't get to see it this week. Neener. Okay. On with the program.
So moving forward, we have all our, all the superheroes are fighting, and literally, what's amazing about this, as the preacher goes along, he keeps talking about how, they just don't care, and it's like they're having a good time, but they're destroying the whole city. We get our the people are just crying. They're living in terror of the superheroes that should be protecting them. Mm-hmm. And, just the whole, this whole 4 or 5 pages is nothing but chaos, flames, people getting shot, throwing cars at each other. And they don't care.
Hey, mostly peaceful protests.
And so we get down to the bottom, and he says there's the pastor's starting to see the visions of what's coming, of the blood, and then it flashes forward. It's Sunday at his church, and he's there, supposed to be doing lifting up the congregation, and doing
one sermon, and then he's sermonizing on the visions that he's seen instead, scaring the bejesus out of all these poor old people.
Yeah, well, and that's the whole thing. He's supposed to be offering comfort and everything else, and instead, with the visions and that, he falls into this whole hellfire and brimstone sermon, and he's screaming and hollering. And, after the service, everybody kind of looks at him, but nobody's shaking his hand. And let me tell you something. If nobody shakes your hand and you're a preacher, when they leave, you did something wrong. And that's one of the things he's upset about. He's, I was supposed to be there. Even this scene is really powerful. He's sitting in the pews at the church. And actually, the church that I go to a lot of times actually looks a lot like this in this book.
Empty?
No, well, empty and actually has these beautiful curved pews, and we've got 3 sets of stained glass windows on the other side. I'll take you a picture and send it to you in a PDF and let you see it one day. But he's sitting there going through the visions, and he's so upset he's actually, crying and tearing up the Bible, tearing the pages out of the Bible and crumpling them up and throwing them into the floor. And then the freaking specter comes into them, just passes through the wall.
And
stained glass.
This is just an awesome page.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. When the specter comes in, even Norman changes. He's now got this glow. They're together at this point, and that's when he tells him, I've come to see you as a human because, I'm the spirit of vengeance. I'm here to pass judgment. And Norman, well, why are you coming to me? I'm just a normal person. And the Spectre actually tells him, which is what's so amazing about this and shows in the future. He says, at one time when I was young, in my prime, I would have acted with swift justice and known what to do. But at this point, I can't. I need to see it through you, someone who's seeking justice himself.
I need to see it through a human's eyes, and I am no longer connected to a human host.
Yeah. And it's just amazing. But yeah, so he, Norman asking, well, my people need me, here in the church. And he looks back on the torn Bible and he says, well, what do they need you for? You've lost your way, buddy. What?
Preacher man, you done did bleep up. And
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. He's losing his faith himself, and the specter's here to one, to pass judgment, and then over the process, I will say the course of the story, he helps restore Norman's faith.
Yeah.
But then I love this, they pass forward, scene changes, and now they're out in the middle of freaking Kansas. Western farmland, but that's
kinda.
not. Yeah, kinda. So we don't want to ruin that. That's not possible. But so they're out in Kansas, and he's whispering, and the specter tells him, he says, you don't need to whisper, not even he can hear you. And they look up there, and of course he's Superman.
Yeah, don't call him Clark.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, he really doesn't like it when you call him Clark. And he's out, here in the farmland doing stuff alone. And Norman's like, he's always so alone. Well, we find out he's not always alone. Apparently, Wonder Woman visits him about once every 6 months. I do like Crypto, but so what is a Kryptonian dog's life?
His lifespan must be that of Yoda.
Of Yoda. And there's oh God, what is Superman's horse's name?
Yeah. The horse was actually Supergirl's.
Supergirl was the horse? Okay.
Supergirl had the horse and the cat. He had the dog.
The dog. All right. So there's Wonder Woman comes to him, and she's trying to talk to him and tells him, "Oh my God, you're still here." He says, "Well, I was hoping you had left." And he says, "No," he says, "I don't want to go to the outside. I've retired." And the first little scene that we get, something's different, was she taps on something, and when she does, it goes off, and then we realize we're not in Kansas, people.
We're in the Kryptonian hologram.
Yeah, yeah. This is what happens on the holodeck stays on the holodeck.
Yep.
In the Fortress of Solitude. So, and Superman goes on and tells her, he says, "Hey, damn it, stop it! You're scaring the animals." And she's, of course, Wonder Woman's being kind of a poop. She's, at least I'm scaring and getting a reaction out of somebody. And then they go through they walk through the Fortress of Solitude, looking at all of his trophies, and she tells him, "The world outside needs you. It's gone to hell." And Superman tells her, "Look, I've tried to show people what we needed to do in the past, and they rejected me." And she's like, "You still need to see it," and tells him to brace himself. This is one of the coolest scenes in the book coming up. The dang door opens, and Superman walks in, and you can't tell if he's in a dark, is he walking in a dark room or whatever. And then
yeah, he's just like floating in like this huge chamber that has screens from all over the planet.
Yeah, with every TV screen you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And he's watching to see what in the heck's going on. But this is one of the things in the Superman books I always love. They don't do it all the time, but the whole thing when he just walks on the air or just floats is always so cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
But so he's going on, and he says Magog, that all this is his fault. And so this is when we get our first little scene that something is not right. So Magog and his group of superpowered, whatever you want to call it, superheroes that are going to bring people to justice. What's the name? It's just
the bullies. Oh no, that's Leroy's show. Never mind.
Dang it. So they head out to Kansas and they encounter Superman's old villain, the Parasite. And the Parasite is, begging for lenience and, don't beat me up and don't kill me and take me in and all this. And they're not stopping. They're still going at him. And Parasite,
he just wants to be left alone. And then is it Parasite or Magog that punctures Captain Adam's suit and blows up Kansas?
It's Parasite. Parasite rips open. Yeah, he rips open Captain Adam's suit. And, Captain Adam is basically an atom, and the suit's what contains him. So when the suit gets ripped open, it causes a nuclear explosion.
Yep.
And then they talk about the fallout. It, destroys millions of people instantly, destroys all of Kansas, Kansas, Iowa, Missouri. It's all just Nebraska, just an irradiated wasteland. There is no more breadbasket for America. It's gone. Animals, people, everything.
And Thomas is like, screw you guys. I live in Georgia.
Yeah. All we grow right now is soybeans and cotton. But
Science and peanuts.
well, onions and peanuts too. We are the number one peanut producer.
And poultry.
While the wife runs down the farm products of Georgia. So Superman turns and leaves, comes back and encounters Wonder Woman, and she's like, you just, you don't understand. The world looks up to you. You have to come out. And he's like, I don't do that anymore. My place is here. You go out to the outer world, and she gets pissed off and flies away.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spectre and Norman are obviously watching it. And, he's like, the Spectre keeps, pulling back the curtain and showing him what's going on how bad the world is. But there are other superheroes out there too. We learned that everything's not as bad as it could be. Keystone City is a freaking, is a Disneyland. There's no crime, there's no harm, there's nothing. But it's because the Flash never rests.
He has evolved to a creature of pure energy, and all he does is zips everywhere
and stops everything, no matter how small. Stops all the crime. Then in the Pacific Northwest, Hawkman, that's a beautiful night scene, by the way, or sunset. Hawkman is protecting the forest of America. And they say, some people call him a hero. Some people call him, he's an eco-terrorist. Meanwhile, in outer space, and Green Lantern just broods over the earth and is self-created.
Fat old man Hal Jordan in his big potbelly stove
armor
costume.
I know.
I just sit and watch the nerd rage.
Damn it. Yeah, well, I think we all do sometimes, Cliff. So, yeah, he's just sitting there, freaking watching everything go on. And then, we see Atlantis and, a few other superheroes. And, Norman asks,
we're in the future, but the page before the third panel down is the Legion of Superheroes.
Legion of Superheroes, yeah.
So we're actually in that time now because they're flying around here.
Maybe. I didn't never take it as being that far in the future. But yeah, so there's that. And then Norman actually asked the Spectre what of Gotham. And then we get, these like 5 pages of freaking Gotham with no dialogue. What of Batman? Some guys doing some petty crime, whatever. They're running away. And here comes the Batmobile Bat Robot to attack them. it just chases them everywhere.
And and beams like the bat signal onto them, and they get the scared look on their face. And there are apparently hundreds upon thousands of these mech suits that Bruce is controlling from the cave.
This would have been a much better story than Commissioner Gordon Batman.
No kidding. That was so.
Sorry, I just had to bring that up to let you know how horrible that was.
I know.
What?
I still collected all those issues, and I was reading them. I go, a bat robot suit? That's stupid. And then as soon as I found out it was Commissioner Gordon, and apparently because Commissioner Gordon got into the robot, he had gone back and become like 19 years old again. I'm like, wow, this whole series sucks. I'm going to just buy him, bag him, board him, put him in a box. I'm never reading these things.
No, the whole series doesn't suck, but that part sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Spectre informs Norman that Batman has Gotham under control.
Yeah, quite literally.
This is the whole part right here where Norman starts to kind of rebel against the Spectre, because the Spectre's just showing him everything that's terrible with the world. And now they're on a bridge, and the superheroes are fighting again, and they're knocking cars over the damn side of the bridge and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And Norman goes off on him, and he says, look, if you've been sent here by a higher power, you've been sent here by the Lord, you're here to do more than just show us everything that's terrible. You should give us some kind of hope. And, meanwhile, it goes on that, now that Magog has, by accident of his, destroyed the breadbasket of America, the rest of the superheroes are just going all out. Mm-hmm. Villains, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care about, the little people. They don't care about the humans. They only care about themselves. They don't care, about property damage or
nothing.
Loss of life.
And
they're just in it for the battles.
Yeah. And then here's Norman screaming at the Spectre, we need some kind of hope. And then this is pulled from our Dark Knight book. After that, we get this red and blue, flash, and all the guns are like bent and melted, and no more damn barbecue.
Well, Cliff, I'll tell you what. If it means I don't have to, get my ass beat in another game of spades at a barbecue, I'm okay with that.
Then the water comes up here from the river, saves all these people, and then it's like they remember. And they look up in the sky, and then boom, there it is. Old man Superman beats everybody's ass.
This almost reminds me of a scene out of this whole page is almost a scene lifted from that Kurt Busiek book.
Which one?
The superhero book he did that never came out on time back in the 90s and early 2000s.
I'd have to go back and look at it now. You'd have to let me know.
Damn it. Now I got to look the damn thing up because that's going to bug the hell out of me.
You said we had to do a commercial break too, right?
Yep.
You want to do the commercial break while you look that up? Because we're right here at the end of issue 1.
Well, I can't do both, and I can't see my keyboard. Dead man's blocking my light source. I looked it up, and now I got to go back. Oh, God. Astro City.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, I feel better now.
You feel better now?
Yeah. That was just... I think of something, and we can't think of what it actually... it's like on the tip of your tongue. You can't think of it.
Yeah,
and it would
that happens to me all the time.
it would just bug the hell out of me. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and I do mean quick. We want to give everybody a look at one of Kickstarter's favorite projects, The Listener, When Winds Weep, now live on Kickstarter.
Man, that was a quick commercial break.
See, I told you.
Yep. So Superman returns, and he pretty much single-handedly gets everything under control, saves everyone, and the people are all happy. And Norman's like, "Oh, yeah, everything's good," but then he sees a vision of the future, and he realizes, "Damn, it's only gotten worse."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the threat of Armageddon hasn't ended. It's only just begun.
Thanks for watching. We'll be right back after the bladders are empty.
And now, on to issue 2.
That would be a much longer commercial break.
Yeah, exactly. So now we had Spectre first. Now Norman's here, and we get all here's our classic characters: Wonder Woman, Red Robin, Red Arrow, Superman. What is that? God, I can't remember everybody. There's Big Bertha's kid.
Mm-hmm.
But so they move forward. He says, and he saws that, now we're back to our splash pages and the biblical references. Oh yeah, the covers are so great, man. And then they did couldn't you buy big posters of the covers at one time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know he did a whole poster line of everything.
Of course you could. It's Alex Ross.
If you can afford it.
You could buy it. You could buy a lithograph of the combined covers of this. I think it's only like $9,050 or something crazy like that.
Holy Jesus. Yeah. No. So now we're back to our biblical quotes and the 7 angels that are coming before God. And
mm-hmm. And it's actually Superman and a handful of the heroes, and they're flying through the torch of the Statue of Liberty.
Lady Liberty. And Norman and the Spectre are there, and they're just like,
that close up of Norman's face makes him look like Vincent Price right there.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
But yeah, so he's like, God, Superman's come back, the angels have returned, but it's still terrible, and it's going to get worse. And
mm-hmm.
now they're at the Statue of Liberty, and I'm not going to sound horrible. This is 24 years ago, but this sounds like some craziness that we hear now sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We've got at the Statue of Liberty, which Lobo was here, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, either earlier than this or later than this, we actually see Old Man Lobo, and he's only got like hair like on either side of his head, and he's got a T-shirt that says something funny on it, and he's just sitting in the bar drinking.
That's got to be later then, yeah. So we've got here at the Statue of Liberty. There's a big superhero fight with this guy, the Americommando, if you want to say it, who's here protecting his country from the incoming refugees from the rest of the world. And he's like,
sound familiar?
Yeah, we don't even have enough food to feed ourselves. Go the hell away. And, so he's attacking them. And then in turn, these other 2 guys parachute in to attack Americommando. And
3 of them. The red, white, and blue.
Yeah, red, white, and blue, whatever they are. They're shooting rocket launchers at him and blowing everything up. And Norman's like, oh my God, it's terrible. What in the hell's going on? And then this is our scene from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the angels come. And
this is another Easter egg throwback to DC World War II, the Seven Soldiers of Victory.
Yep. Which I actually picked up a Seven Soldiers of Victory omnibus a while back.
Nice, good stuff.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that the Flash can now fly.
Yeah. Well, dude, he's moving that damn fast.
Yeah, I know.
So we got God, I can't even remember who this is. Hawkman, Power Girl.
That's actually I found out from reading, because I do that. That's actually the Ray.
The Ray. Okay, so, but I understand they're picking out the they want to do the Seven Soldiers, and for some reason, Aquaman doesn't want to be involved. We'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's Hawkman, the Ray, Wonder Woman, Superman, Power Girl, Flash, and Green Lantern. Where's Martian Manhunter? It's kind of a weird.
He makes an appearance though.
Yeah, I think he makes an appearance later on.
Mm-hmm.
But so they show up. Superman pretty much then puts an end to the Americommando instantly, and the rest of them,
Superman does pulls a Judge Dredd move. Come here, stupid.
Yeah, just takes all his armor off of him, ends the whole thing. He's like, and Norman's talking about they're not, these are not angels. They're actually gods. They're here saving people, doing incredible things. Mm-hmm. I do love the Flash in this, though. I know he's become the whole pure Speed Force. He's moving around, but dude, he's cool in this series.
Yeah, it just, I just feel bad that I spent like $25 on a figure that they just, put boots in it. That they left like see-through red with, and then it's like, well, that's Barry. Why is he wearing Jay's boots and hat?
Yeah, and I didn't get who these guys were.
I think I kind of, when I first looked at these two again, I swore it was the Binars.
The Binars? Well, I'm gonna tell you, this
Next
shows
Generation.
This was this Barry or Jay. I'm not sure. I don't think they say. They don't say in this issue. They just call him the Flash. What's it say on your little figure?
I'll tell you once I take my glasses off so I can read it. Doesn't say anything there.
Or Wally. Cliff says or Wally. Who is it?
It doesn't say on the figure.
We're gonna have Flash.
We're gonna have to tackle that, and I don't think it was Wally. I think it would have been, and it couldn't have been Jay, because Jay could never move as fast as Barry or Wally. So, and his speed was different than Barry's, because I actually have the Flash Volume 2, the Barry Allen run.
Yeah.
And it's late. It's fairly late in the Barry Allen run, before they even, call it the Speed Force.
Really? Huh. So I've never been a big Flash guy, but
I have, but only because I spent a lot of time in the hospital, and when the doctor wouldn't come in, I would just wear my gown backwards and walk out in the hallway.
Oh Lord. Well, I'll tell you what, we find out these guys are actually controlling some of the other superheroes and kind of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But they get knocked out by Red Robin. He comes in and knocks the hell out of them. But tell you, it's been, like I said, 10 years since I read this, and the thing I thought of when I read these, because I didn't know who they were, I said, damn it, the Tholians are in Kingdom Come.
I looked at them, and it was like two of them, like big brains working together. I go, it's the Binars, those two little bastards that stole the Enterprise.
It could be. So we go back to our fight after Red Robin incapacitates them, and they're still out there destroying everything.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the Statue of Liberty, the Torch of Liberty falls off, and Wonder Woman's trying to save everybody, and then it's like with a flash of red, it's returned. Superman welds it back, fixes everything, and then they fly off with the bad guys in tow. And they head to the UN building, which looks a lot like the.
We'll find out. We'll find out, Cliff. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, it looks like the Hall of Justice from the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And they land, and Superman's there to give his speech. And he's, I'm out of retirement, and we're here to set everything right. Either you're going to start protecting people and acting like superheroes, or, we're going to lock your ass up. Yeah, or else.
And I like what he did here because he's just showing how fast the Flash is actually moving. Like, he's actually patrolling, like, the whole planet, because you can see, like, two heads are better than one here.
Yeah.
Because he's vibrating at such, like, a high frequency that he's basically just about everywhere at once.
Yeah. But yeah, he's, we're going to make things right. And then here comes the big speech. One of the reporters actually asked him, he says, well, what about Magog? Are you going to make Magog do what he's supposed to say? Uh-oh. What's going on?
I'm typing.
Typing? Okay. So the reporter asked Superman if he's going to make Magog, behave, do whatever. And instead of responding, Superman, does the whole no comment, and they fly away. And the very bottom of this page, you can see there's a bunch of regular guys sitting around a table, all in business suits.
And they are all evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you surprised? Well, these guys aren't necessarily evil, but these are captains of industry.
Yep.
All
the bad guys.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, Selena Kyle.
No, that's later.
Is that later? I thought that was now.
No, that's later. These are like captains of industry. These are.
Oh, like, this is. Oh, never mind. I jumped ahead. We're still at the UN. Never mind.
Yeah. This is freaking Wall Street. These are politicians, and they're, McKay's, he senses the fear in the room. What are they afraid about? They're afraid that they no longer will shepherd humanity as it is. And meanwhile, like the Spectre and McKay are still looking out, and they see, Superman flying away, and let's not talk about the medicine that Norman's going to have to take after all this is over with, because by the way, the Spectre keeps flying around with him and hovering over buildings and all sorts of crap. But so these captains of industry are literally terrified that Superman has returned and that they are going to lose their grip on humanity. And they see Superman fly off, and he goes to this abandoned building, which anybody who reads comics should know. When he goes behind the damn, grandfather clock, this is Wayne Manor, which has been destroyed. And he goes, comes down, and the damn Batcave's even been flooded. Batman, he should be able to afford some kind of damn sump pump and get the water out, but he's not doing it. And he shows up, and there's Superman, and he's like, I'm here to recruit you. And Batman basically tells him, nope, I'm not interested. I've got Gotham under control. I'm sitting here in the damn Wayne Manor, and there's nothing you can do that's going to bring me out. And this is where we get a little reference to Batman telling Superman, he says, you've got a little dark side there. And Superman says, I don't have a dark side. He said, well, tell that to your tailor. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't remember. Didn't the original Superman shield from the 40s, wasn't it red and black?
Dadgummit. Before we go further, see, Clips over here like one of the members of APA from WWF. Damn!
Cliff actually says, yes, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, I was pretty sure because he makes that comment, and I'm like, no, the original Superman suit, his symbol was black and red. They
And
changed
I
it.
now have an answer for Cliff of who that Flash was.
Oh, do you? So you was
And
typing while I was talking.
it goes deeper than the miniseries because, as we know, Kingdom Come was actually a prose novel. It was
Yeah, that's
actually
right. They did make a prose novel of it.
it was a novelization that goes much deeper into stuff. And I mean, I sat down and listened to it. I listened because when you get the audio book of Kingdom Come,
Yeah.
that's what they're not reading the comics; they're reading the prose novel to you.
Oh, okay.
So this is the answer. Uh, Flash, he is referred to as Wallace West. The novelization Wade later confirmed this Flash to be Wally West in the Kingdom, despite wearing a variation of Jay Garrick's helmet. After becoming the embodiment of the Speed Force, the Flash is now faster than ever. His molecules have become unstable, and as a result, he is constantly in motion. This also allows him to see every plane of existence, including ethereal planes. When Superman goes into exile, the Flash remains active using his lightning speed to constantly and relentlessly patrol and protect Keystone City. He is saved from the Gulag bombing by Jade's shields.
Hmm.
And there's the answer in the chat.
Holy crap. That's a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But so, and then of course Cliff answered our question. Yes, Superman's original symbol was red and black.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman keeps telling him, he says, what do you got to do? And Batman's like, I'm busy. I'm protecting the city. And of course, you get to see he's got damn cameras. He's got a million cameras everywhere. He's watching for crime left and right. And then now we find out that Batman has been actually working with other people, and they've expanded his Bat Robot empire, whatever you want to call it, Bat Robot police force, into other cities. And they're slowly taking over their part of the country and restoring order. And Superman's like, well, that's not really order. That's not law and order. You're scaring people into being honest, which, sometimes sounds like a terror. That's a Judge Dredd thing there, if you ever believe it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going on, and so they get into a damn argument again, and Superman's like, I'm going to leave. But as he's saying that, if you notice here, we have got some people watching. And in just a minute, when Superman leaves, we find out who's watching.
It's Ted Cord,
yep.
Oliver Queen, and Dinah Lance, Black Canary.
Yep, Black Canary. Yeah, I love how Oliver's like, he knows he's here. He looked at us with his X-ray, his X-ray vision. I'm probably damn sterile. At your age, you're probably sterile already.
No kidding, right?
Yeah. So it flashes, and then Batman goes and he says, "Hey, look, we've got other people on our side. We don't have to join Superman's little army of New Justice League to, help the world. We can do it ourselves." And then we get a little picture of some of the people that's helping him. They got Wildcat, Dr. Fate, the Shadow. I guess that's the Shadow. Maybe Phantom Stranger, but I don't think Phantom Stranger.
I don't know who. There's a few of them that I don't know who the hell they are. Like the Shadow thing.
Yeah.
Could be Nightshade. But Shadow isn't in DC at this point.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah. Well, I mix it up. Yeah. So there's
It could be the Shadow Thief.
maybe. So we get there's Batman's little army of people that are working with him,
Mhm.
Cord and Oliver Queen and
Queen.
Oliver Queen. Yeah. Um, the Norman and the Spectre are talking about. They're talking about how Batman and Superman at one time were the best of friends and represented both parts of the best of humanity and the best of the protectors, the super godlike beings. And he warns him. He's like, the only problem here is you have to watch Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman is she is a warrior. She brings her own justice.
Hmm.
That whole Amazon thing. Uh, and then now the book gets a little better for a little bit here as Superman, it goes on as he goes around and he's telling all these people either get in line or get ready to be thrown in jail or taken to wherever. Um, a lot of people joining willingly. They're like, oh, yeah, we see what you're doing. So we're going to join you and help protect people and be good. So his army of help is growing
Yeah,
exponentially.
he's like, shape up or ship out the
Yeah,
hard way.
exactly. Um, and now the city's starting to be people aren't afraid of the superheroes anymore because Superman is actually bringing order back to it.
And
Uh,
appa- and apparently,
apparel,
Walmart is back in business with superhero T-shirts.
yes. I have a Kingdom Come T-shirt somewhere.
Mm.
Uh, but then we flash forward. I guess they're recruiting here again, and I don't know who this dude is. I don't know the castle, the church. I don't know who the hell he is. But
I don't know. The Rook.
the Rook, yeah, something. Wonder Woman gets pissed off and throws him through a freaking telephone pole, and Superman has to like calm her down and let you know that hey, we still got to protect lives, innocent lives.
Do you need an estrogen pill or something?
Yeah, and then now this is our bad people. We flash forward again to a little.
Ah, the people that I thought I was talking about before. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. No, these are the truly bad people. Um, we see this woman get choked to death, and somebody says, "I said two sugars," and we find out that it's Mister Vandal Savage.
Hmm.
He's like immortal hard, habits die hard. I do like this part, where Norman's like, I'm trying to be as calm as the Spectre, but even in this room, I can feel him bristle. He's really upset. He doesn't even like to be here. And Luther comes out. The door opens, and here comes our businessman Lex Luthor. She needed some vitamin K. Oh, damn it. So Luther comes out and invites them in. He's like, "Well, come on in. I'd like to introduce you to everybody." And now we get to hear all the bad guys.
And there's Selena, and
Yeah,
Enigma is just a guest. He's not supposed to be saying anything.
yeah.
Then we have the new heir of Ra's al Ghul,
Ra's al Ghul. And
and then the next one over, I think, is Merlin, the Archer.
it may be. And then they got a Lord Naga.
Hmm.
Uh, Lord Naga is Cobra. And so we go in here, and Luther sits down. And he says, we call ourselves the Mankind Liberation Front. And as soon as they start talking, he's like, well, what's going on? And, you know, we find out that they're actually stopping shipments of supplies and water and, food out to irradiated Kansas. And they're actually actively trying to not help people.
Hmm.
And Nigma starts talking, when he should be shutting up because he could get killed. He's like, I thought you were the mankind, liberation front. Aren't you supposed to be helping mankind? Sounds like you're trying to, to stop them, not help them. And Luther tells him, sometimes, there's no pain, no gain. You've got to push to the limit to make people realize that humanity can take over the planet again.
Oh yeah, this is pre Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
This was back in
96.
1996. This started. Yeah.
Yeah. So Luther is this is our thing we were talking about earlier, where Luther says, we want the humans to take over the world and be our own masters of our own destiny again.
Mm-hmm.
While Nigma, keeps talking, and finally Luther tells Selena, hey, look, you need to tell your man to shut up. And he said, we got our own front. And then all of a sudden the damn door opens, and here comes this guy in a red suit who comes in the midst of this meeting and decides to give Lex Luthor a shave. And they're all questioning Luther about Superman, and he kind of goes off the deep end. He says, Superman will not touch me. He's not going to come near me or anything. He says, I have a marvelous anti-Superman plan. And so he's got the marvelous anti-Superman plan, which if you've been reading DC Comics long enough, we know that the marvelous anti-Superman plan is actually Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm. So is who Bruce's son here?
I think he's talking about the person who took over for Ra's al Ghul. He calls him.
Should be in that middle panel right there.
Yeah.
Zufarish?
There it is, right there. Ibn, however you want to say that, heir to Ra's al Ghul's empire.
Yeah, I don't think it's Bruce's son. I think
it's not Bruce's son.
No,
actually, this going back, look here. This is something too we forgot to mention. One of the reasons Gotham is under so much control and is able to be taken care of, we find out even what's his face here, Tosh says it, or Naga says it. Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, I know.
He says that Arkham and Belle Reve, Arkham Asylum and Belle Reve Prison in Gotham were blown up.
And one other one. There were like 3 prisons all blown up.
Yeah. And almost everybody got killed. But of the survivors, they talk about 8% of them have joined with the superheroes and are pretending to be good guys.
Mm-hmm. Because the so-called superheroes are just, killing whoever in battles. So, they're not really superheroes. So
no, and they've joined. Now some of those have joined Superman's army.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the bar scene you were talking about earlier. There's Old Man Lobo.
Yeah, old Man Lobo. Way before that Old Man Logan crap.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, I think his shirt says "Bite Me, fanboy."
Yeah.
So there he is. So we go to the superhero bar, or whatever you want to call it, supervillain bar, and they're all doing whatever.
And this is like the Atomic Knight or something.
Yes, something.
The nuclear atomic man.
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember.
There's your creeper. Old creeper.
Old man creeper.
Old man creeper. He looks creepy. Even worse than he did.
And now I too am a creepy old man. And this page right here, this is right from what, Superman 3? When he got drunk and he was flicking the peanuts at the booze bottles behind the bar.
Well, yeah, but in Superman 3 too, where he actually melts the mirror, he like
Yeah.
he breaks all the bottles and melts the mirror. Yeah, he shows up and he's talking to all the superheroes and supervillains like this crap isn't helping. Getting drunk and going out and not caring what you do isn't helping. And he tells them, either shape up or ship out. And I seem like I know this guy, but this guy who's getting drunk tells Superman, he said, "Hey, old man, it's past your bedtime. You need to go to sleep." And then he gets a damn punch in the head.
Yeah, that's Atom Smasher, Nucleon.
Yeah. So he gets a punch in the head, and Superman's like, "Hey, you either can deal with us or we'll deal with you." And he leaves. And when they leave, everybody starts talking about, man, I've heard the legends of how impressive he is and all that. And they're like, some of them are they talk about want to join you. And then as they're talking about, hey, let's join Superman and be heroes, be good people, the damn Green Arrow walks in the wall, and here's, old man Green Arrow who's going, now it's time for our pitch. So we've got like multiple people working against us. I forgot how many iconic images are in this freaking book. I mean, there are pages
blow up that center panel. I want to see how many of these people we can actually name, besides like the main ones there.
Yeah.
So of course we've got Superman, Wonder Woman,
Power Girl.
Well, Power Girl's there. We have Dick Grayson, Robin here.
Yeah.
Wonder Girl. I'm not sure who's next. I think this is Freddie Freeman. I think this is Captain Marvel Jr.
It may be.
Red
the
Arrow
street looks like it.
Yep.
Red Arrow.
Red Arrow. Back here is Starman.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure who this guy is right here. Looking kind of like a little shiny man. I don't know who a bunch of these are.
Isn't that Guardian?
That's Guardian.
Yep.
That's Our Man. Not sure. I can't tell back here.
These look to be like two of my heroes. These look like I'm gonna say Adam Strange and his daughter.
Yep. Obviously Hawkman. Yep. Nucleon, aka the other guy that I just named, and the Ray.
Yeah, and the Ray.
And of course, Green Lantern's over here, and
is that Starfire?
I don't know. I don't think Starfire is in here.
Oh, well, maybe Starfire's kid. I'm not sure. Something.
Yeah,
but,
her kid is obviously in here, but her kid is on the other team with Magog there.
So yeah,
Red Tornado. Red Tornado.
Right there, that's Red Tornado. Yep. Now that he said it, yep. I was thinking somebody, but yeah, Red Tornado. So
good looking out, Cliff.
There's they talk about now we flash back and we see Superman, still bringing people to justice, getting people to join his team. And they finally come to a point where Superman's like, what are we going to do with all these people that refuse to join us? And Wonder Woman's like, I got an idea.
Kill them.
Yeah, I got an idea. Well, what are we going to do? Well, let's go see Aquaman. So they go to see Aquaman, and Aquaman tells her, hey, time's been really good to you, princess, because she's immortal, dumb butt. And she goes down and asks for permission to build a damn prison at the bottom of the ocean. And of course, Aquaman says no. It ain't going to be happening. We already get enough refuge from the surface world. We're not going to take your prisoners. And he tells her, I've got to look out for all my people, the 70% of the the world, all the oceans and everything else. I'm not going to join you as Aquaman anymore. The crown is heavy. And then we find out here that Wonder Woman has been stripped of all of her royalty because she failed as the ambassador of peace for mankind. And she has been banished from Themyscira. Can't go back. You're not a princess anymore. You're just Wonder Woman. And she kind of goes off, and it flashes forward. Now we're up at, after she leaves Atlantis, they're in Green Lantern's floating satellite. Superman and Wonder Woman meet, and he actually confronts her. He says, when the hell were you going to tell me what your idea was to create this prison and put the people in? And why haven't you told me that they stripped you of all of your royal duties on Themyscira? She I'm not going to tell you. She just doesn't tell him. And he keeps talking to her, and he's like, you're so angry. And this is our first little scene here, and she's like, it's not anger, it's passion. So Superman and Wonder Woman are
Clark. She needs some.
Yeah, they're doing the smoochie as Red Arrow and other people walk up. And
it's like, for God's sakes, Kal-El, throw her a bone, would you?
Yeah, but damn, it's terrible. So Red Arrow comes in. He's like, hey, we found him. We found Magog. And they go back to Kansas. And we get to Kansas. And Magog is trying to, I guess, reassemble a little town out here. He's destroying it. Vitamin K. And so Superman and everybody confronts him.
Now, was that a town he was trying to put back together and then just like blew it up?
Yeah.
Or was that the barn that Clark was working on at the beginning of the book?
No, this is the town he's in Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah. Now this is a different, and he's trying to put the barn back together or move it or whatever, and it starts to fall apart, and he gets so mad he just blows it up. And when he blows it up, Superman and them confront him, and he's like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And he says, "This is all your fault." And of course, they start blaming each other. And then we go back into now we find out what happened, because earlier in the book, when we were reading it, Superman, we find out he leaves after this in the first issue. And Wonder Woman's telling him, well, you can't stay up here forever. And, he's like, well, look, Earthlings die. And Wonder Woman gets mad at him. She's like, you loved them. Don't tell me that, don't call them Earthlings. Your mother and your father had to die. They were human. And he finds out that your wife, which is Lois, dies.
Yeah,
the
Joker murders Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen
right here. Yeah, and that's the thing. Magog said, how many people died the last time the Joker was there? Why didn't you stop him before you had a chance? And he said, the Joker kills 92 men and 1 woman. So yeah, he kills everybody in the damn Daily Planet, including Lois Lane. And nobody can find the Joker. And finally, when Magog finally finds him, he kills him. Kills him on the steps of the damn courthouse. And, of course, Superman arrests him. And they put him in a trial. And the jury
acquit him.
Yeah, they acquit him. No, hey, he did nothing wrong. He killed the damn Joker.
Lois is a groupie.
This is, me and Cliff have had this discussion and this argument for so many times. Yes, he really loves Lois. But so Magog gets acquitted after he kills the damn Joker, and he's like, hell, you and Batman should have done this crap years ago, and this wouldn't have happened. And Superman gets so upset that they side with Magog. He's like, you start killing people and it's going to get worse. And he flies off. And he's like, you were afraid to fight me then, and they're going to get into it any minute. Yeah, don't you like how Wonder Woman's like, hey boys, stay. She throws her arms out, stand back, boys. It's about to get ugly. And in the arguments, Magog just finally just unloads on him. He says, I'm not too proud. And he cusses him and blows his damn cape off. All the superheroes are just in shock. And Magog kind of falls to the ground, and he's like, it's all your fault. He's haunted by what he's allowed to happen. And he's just like, take me away, just make it stop. And finally, Wonder Woman's trying to console Superman, and he tells her, he says, we're at war now. And she finally gets shocked. The point when Superman reaches this point, it's too far.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still trying to find a damn place to put people. So next we flash to Apocalypse, and looks like Darkseid overlooking.
It's not Darkseid though.
I know it's not Darkseid, but see, that's you can't let the spoiler happen. It's Darkseid, man. He's overlooking the slave pits and everything.
Look, this was 30 years ago. Come on. It's
Okay.
Not like it's a spoiler alert.
Damn it. Spoiler alert. So here comes Superman, and he's this is Orion. And he questions him. He says, I thought you would have done better. And he's wanting to put the criminals from Earth on Apocalypse. And Superman tells him, he's like, damn, of all my old people that I worked with, you're my biggest disappointment. You're God. I thought you would have done better. And this is what's so terrifying about this. This is the whole version of, if you read 1984 versus Brave New World by Alex Huxley, the two differences here. And Orion tells him, he's like, once, I broke my father's, hold on these people, liberty terrified them just as much as fascism. The fact that they were free terrified them more than knowing everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's still trying to keep everything under control. He's like, that's all that really matters here. I'm doing my best, but these people, they've been oppressed so long, they don't know how to live free. And Orion actually tells him right there on the bottom, Yep, that's what it is. And he tells them, he says, hey, look, if you want to send your criminals here, they're no worse than what I'm dealing with now. I'll take them. But Superman doesn't decide to go that way. We meet Big Bertha and Mr. Miracle here, and they open a boom tube as Superman's talking about trying to figure out still what to do with all these criminals. And they fly back to, it's Kansas. And here's the Flash and the rest of the superheroes, and they're building a giant ass prison in the middle of nowhere that they're going to put everybody in Kansas. But all of this, Superman and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, all them working together, have finally made the worst bedfellows possible, as Batman, Green Arrow, Blue Beetle, and not Catwoman, but Black Canary decide to join forces with Lex Luthor to defeat Superman and the rest of them and bring humanity back. And Luthor even makes a smart-ass remark, if I know that it would take a common enemy to bring us together, I would have created one long ago.
He tried.
Yeah. And that is how the second issue ends, with freaking Batman shaking Lex Luthor's hand.
Oh. That'll kill you, huh?
Yeah. I mean, the art is incredible. The story is just phenomenal. Yeah, this is up there. I mean, this is just the
That,
thing
of course,
is,
it's an Elseworld story too.
yeah, it's an
So
Elseworld story. And I know you may have not. The thing is like this is an Elseworld story, but I think we talked about this one time before on another podcast. Like, and I know this shows how old we are. I'm telling you, like 15 years ago, they put Magog in Action Comics. And I was like, holy crap, you can't put Magog in the regular continuity. Because if you put Magog in the regular continuity in Action Comics, then that means that this is not an Elseworld story anymore. But,
yeah, I know.
we've had 5 damn DC relaunches since then. So, we don't know where we're at now. And they're doing another one like next month or something. But I like the whole fixed point storylines. But this is.
They're doing another one next month. Oh, you mean Monday? That's right. Next month is Monday.
Next month is Monday. Yeah, next month we are going to be doing issues 3 and 4, and we will finish up all of Kingdom Come. Yeah, we had talked about earlier in the year we were going to do some longer storylines as opposed to single issues. Because while we do single issues that we all like, and we swap back and forth, I think this is one we both agreed on is really worth reading if you've never read it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But the thing, too, is with the art, it's like Ross sees how the characters would evolve, and he does such a good job.
See, now after we finish doing Kingdom Come, Cliff wants us to do Kingdom,
the 12-issue miniseries, which actually that Kingdom was regular. They were regular size books, weren't they? They were only like 22 pages, so it's about the same length.
They were floppies, and I'm sure they're definitely in trade.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I absolutely love the story. I can remember still when I first saw it. It was at the comic book shop in Milledgeville, and it was on the racks. And I swear I bought it. I bought it off the racks, and I was like, "Holy crap, this is good."
Me too. I actually found like 3 of the Alex Ross DC plates.
Yeah.
One of them I'm selling is Superman carrying Lois Lane in his arms during like a snowstorm. It's supposed to be like a Christmas time plate.
Oh, cool.
The other 2 plates I have are the Alex Ross's take on the Green Lantern Green Arrow cover from Neil Adams.
Yeah.
When they're both blasting away. One with the arrow and one with the ring.
With the ring.
And then there's the Batman family in the cave. So it's Bruce, Dick, and Babs.
I got you. Cliff says I loved it when the Kingdom Superman came to JSA.
Yeah.
That was during Johns' run, wasn't it? On JSA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another incredible run to read.
And then we have to talk about all those insane covers that Alex Ross did for that JSA run.
They're like 12 of them.
Yep.
I mean, they're like freaking 12, and they're all beautiful. The Wildcat cover is incredible, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're just, and then that's what he's doing now. I mean,
see, Marvel fans, before you went running around buying books that you don't collect from Marvel to get those Alex Ross covers, he did it better at DC.
He did a absolute ton. And I'll admit, some of the DC book covers are way better than the Marvel ones he did.
The Power Girl cover.
The Power Girl cover.
Saying I love boobs.
The some of the ones he did recently for his timeless stuff just didn't look as good as the DC ones. Um,
Um, some of them did. Like, I mean, of course, the Hulk one was like
it
killer.
was it was spot on. It was the whole.
Uh, the Angel cover was amazing.
Yeah. Like one of the ones that I was gonna get, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Ugh, it's not kind of like the Daredevil one. I didn't like."
Yeah, it was just plain. It's like he covered you know, Bristol board in like a gallon of red paint and then just ran his fingernail through it to trace Daredevil's image.
Something I don't know. The thing though, talk about painted covers and special covers when we're talking about like the Alex Ross stuff here. You remember a couple years ago when Joe Jusko did the special covers for Marvel, and he did like a Hulk, he did a Namor, he did an Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Those were incredible covers too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's it for this one. And like I said, we'll be back next week with issue 3 and 4. And God, this is such a damn good series.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to figure out what we do after that.
And we want you to take a look at another Kickstarter. You guys remember the Power Man Iron Fist movie cover?
I remember the Power Man and Iron Fist Alex Ross cover. I'm not sure if that's the one he's talking about.
Maybe did he do one, but he did it, as kind of like a movie cover homage because remember DC did like all those like movie homage covers. They did like a detective cover and it was a Joker cover, but it was, Joker as the mask and stuff like that. No, it was from the 80s.
No, I don't remember that then. I do not remember that. I do not. I thought while the trailer was playing and I was watching it, I would scroll back. That way we could have the one of the posters you could buy to go out on.
Mm-hmm.
Return to Kunlun.
Return to Kunlun.
Kunlun, yeah.
No, I never actually collected Power Man and Iron Fist. My buddy Jay bought like the our LCS used to back in the day used to put together like complete sets, like a complete run, and figure out the grades and put all that stuff in and slap a price on it. And
Yeah.
I'm still mad to this day that I never bought like Warlord Volume 1 off the shop. It was like $50 or something. And
Warlord.
yeah, so now I've been buying friggin' Warlord, but I only buy them when they put them up for like dollar issues, and some of them are in good shape, and some of them are just like beat to shit, and I'm like, I don't care. I want to read it, and I want to I want to get the whole run, and I'm doing that cheaply with Warlord for a couple of yeah, for cheap for sure, Cliff. Uh, Warlord, I'm doing, and Rom, I'm doing. And apparently, there's a couple of like major keys in Rom for some reason, like the
Like the first issue. Yeah.
well, not the first issue, the first annual was like a major Rom villain appearance.
Really. And that's one of the things that's funny. Um, when we talk about old runs like that. I had damn near a whole ROM run at one time, and I bought it for dude, I bought them out of a quarter box years and years ago, and I read them and had them stuck away, and I'm like, oh well, I don't know if I'll ever read ROM again. And now you go and look at them, and they're stupid crazy. Not to mention GI Joe.
Shoot you a PM for what?
But yeah,
I'm in the midst of selling like more and more and more toys, so I have room on my tables. You loved Rom until Ditko took over. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, Warlords. Yeah, I've got a bunch of them here, and I just always loved the character, and I thought it was hilarious when they brought Warlord basically back to the mainland, and Mike Grell put him in Green Arrow because Warlord and Ollie look identical.
They look stupid identical.
They both got that same like curly goatee and the barbershop quartet mustache and all kinds of stuff.
Well, the thing too with like Warlord and all that, dude, there were so many characters from the 70s, 80s that were like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, I don't sound terrible, but you got to thank Conan the Barbarian because he paved the way for all of those characters.
Conan, King Conan, Cull.
But now all three of those are Robert E. Howard creations. So, but yeah.
Red Sonja.
Red Sonja is actually a character that created for the comic based on another character by Howard.
The John Carter run.
John Carter of Mars was good.
You mean the old DC versions from the 70s, Cliff?
They did a DC. I think they did a Marvel John Carter too.
Was it?
Yeah, I think they did a Marvel.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was Marvel.
That's like Tarzan back in the 70s and 80s, swapping between Marvel and DC. In freaking DC, you had Joe Kubert drawing Tarzan, and then in freaking Marvel, you had John Buscema drawing Tarzan.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, really, either one you picked up, you were fine with. The John Carter run, I think, is Gil Kane. But then they did that. They did. I've been picking them up. Thongar, you remember that?
Who?
Thongar. Oh God, I'm gonna have to look him up now.
Shadow from Marvel. Yeah, Cliff. I scored the that Batman issue from decades ago, where the shadow appears in that issue of Batman. I scored that. It wasn't a great copy, but it was still, I paid $20 for it. It was probably still worth like $35, $40. Hold on, I got a short stack that I just got in that I'm excited about. I'm going to do a little sharing now that we're.
Yeah, that we've done the main.
From little Kingdom Come action there.
All right, there you go. I'll let you. at it since you can't remember what it is, but I didn't know that Marvel did a Shadow series, Cliff. I've got the old Shadow run from DC, I know, but that's mainly because I got it because of the Calcutta work. Let's see where he went. Did you see this earlier, Cliff? I picked up. Talk about Calcutta.
So my buddy Tim that won't leave me alone is always, tagging me in, a million and one different comic book shows. So he tagged me. Remember, I told you the other week.
Yeah.
He tagged me because this shop was doing a $4 sale. So like every book, no matter what, was on sale for $4.
Yeah, and you bitch because you spent too much money.
Yeah. Well, I got them in. And then I went back the next day and I spent more money. They were doing an auction with like these 4 Batman books. And I didn't know whether I had them. And they're like in really bad shape. But I got like 4 reader copies for $1.
Okay.
So I can't really complain. So I got like this issue of Detective Comics that I think I might have, but I wasn't sure. But they cut the barcode out.
Oh yeah, I got that one. Yeah.
And then I've got this older Detective 429, that is beat to crap. Like you can see like a good portion of the cover missing there.
Yeah.
But it's still solid. This one's beat up too, but it's a cool cover.
Oh, sweet.
And this one is Batman and Superman against Lex Luthor. And this is like one of the worst covers I saw. It looks like somebody threw sulfuric acid on it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It looks like it's eaten up.
Yep. So it's like, did you have to let the mice in that box? But I got those for $1. Then we all know that Whitman books are always short print runs.
Yep.
So back in 81 or 84? 81. Whitman was publishing Popeye, doing
Really?
Popeye the Sailor, 50-cent cover books. This book is in it's immaculately flat, like I sat on it or something, and there's nothing wrong with it. And on the back, they had it, the Overstreet Price Guide in 2003, Price Guide 33. This book was listed at being worth $14.
Yeah.
And then they repriced it more recently, and it's like an $18 book. I paid $4.
Oh, well, that's a good deal.
And it's in like immaculate condition. This book is in such good shape. I'm almost tempted to actually have this slabbed. One, because whoever sees an issue of Popeye slabbed.
Yeah. Not me.
No.
But
So
I love Popeye.
So I love watching like the old Popeye cartoons. Pluto TV has them on all the time. So
They have a disclaimer.
so I got 2 ROM issues. One is ROM 3, which this shop had a $12 price tag on.
Really?
Because ROM came back and Dynamite's got them and they're doing stuff with them.
Yeah.
And then I can't say I can agree with this. This says Volume 1, Number 1, 1982 annual, $89.95.
The hell is it?
ROM Annual 1. And it was I gotta open it to find out because it
Yeah,
was
I ain't paying $89 for a ROM annual number 1.
no, neither would I. It is. This is the first appearance of Stardust, the sinister scourge of Stardust, which I guess ended up being like one of the major like ROM villains.
Yeah.
But I got those, and then and these two are they're not in the best of shape, but they're in better shape. Me than others I've seen, and I don't have it, so now I'm 2 more issues closer to completing. Having a complete run of the Batman family series.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
So I've got this one, which is that's issue 1, I think. Yeah. Yep, that's issue 1. And then issue 7 that I didn't have.
Some of those have incredible artwork in them.
Oh yeah.
But they're kind of crazy to get.
And then I bought a Whitman printing of Super Friends. And this is a key issue because
The Wonder Twins.
The origin of the Wonder Twins. First time ever told.
You remember talking about the Wonder Twins? You remember Alex Ross did the Wonder Twins giant oversized book?
That wasn't real. That was a gag.
I thought he did it.
No, that got announced on April 1st. That was just a joke. That was never done.
Damn it.
That's fake. Fake news.
Damn it.
Then, as you were talking about Creeper, DC did their first issue special stuff, and
Yeah,
there's a
I
creep.
got one of those a while back.
Yeah, I have no idea who that guy's supposed to be. He's just like some schmuck in like a really bad costume. And I grabbed this because I thought this was cool, like an old Adventure Comics with the original Supergirl, and telling she busts in telling everybody that Superman's the traitor.
I'm going to tell you, I have got some of those old Supergirl issues from Adventure Comics because I was buying the Supergirl stuff and I was reading them. And it was, when the site was still up, I actually reviewed one of them as a retro review, like 407 or something. And it was like, even the power of love can stop Supergirl or some crap. It was the worst piece of garbage I've ever read. It was terrible.
And the rest of these are all Brave and the Bold books.
Damn it.
I got
I love team up books.
Oh yeah. I got Brave and the Bold 124. And this is a classic one that I didn't have, but I've always wanted. But usually when I see it, it's like in like mint condition and it's overpriced.
Yeah.
It's the guy in the red hood with like a machine gun threatening Jim Aparo on the cover.
I've never seen it.
And Jim Aparo is drawing this cover of Brave and the Bold with Batman and Sergeant Rock. And this guy pulls out like this machine gun, and Jim Aparo drew himself drawing a cover on his drawing table. And the villain is like, "Finish the cover, Aparo. Rock kills Batman, or I kill you."
Huh. I have never seen that. It's kind of crazy.
Then I got a 137, Batman and the Demon. 155, Batman Green Lantern.
Huh.
Then 158, Batman Wonder Woman.
That's probably a good read.
Then another Batman Sergeant Rock.
I normally don't. I don't normally
162.
don't pick up Brave and the Bold right now, but hell, that could change anytime in the future.
Batman and Firestorm.
Yep.
Batman and the Guardians of the Universe.
Jesus.
This is like DC's assistant editor month for Marvel or something. 175, Batman and Lois Lane versus Metallo. But that cover right there makes me think that Superman's masquerading as Batman.
Yeah.
And this one, I spotted and I called up. This is the first one I bought off him when he was flipping through the box. This is Brave and the Bold 176, Batman and Swamp Thing, and it's a Kaluta cover.
Really? What's the number?
176. Yeah, because let me see if I can.
Yeah, see, we say, I guess we say his name different. You said Kaluta, I said, God, whatever. But yeah, that's exactly the same thing. Same guy. Spectre.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I'll change all these bags and boards when I read them. But like when I was a kid, Brave and the Bold was, of course, I loved Batman the Detective. Detective was always my favorite. Batman seemed like Batman light, but Brave and the Bold was my favorite because it was a team up book.
It's different people every week. That's the same reason why I love freaking Marvel team up. Spider-Man and somebody every week.
And it was like so good. So I'm like, yeah. So I was pretty excited. I sold about 18 toys in that reply auction. I was getting nervous. Nobody was buying anything. And then the last 12 hours, people bought stuff. But I've got an 18-inch NECA Crow. So it's in like one of the big giant boxes like this.
Yeah.
And it's like sound activated. So if you take it out of the box and turn it on, it's sound activated. It does something. I don't know what it does because I've never opened the box because, And so I put it up, 30 years ago, it cost me close to $50.
Yeah.
So, I put it up opening bid, hoping because there's like a lot of people in that group that love like anything horror themed, they love. But it's tough because a lot of people just don't pay attention to the reply auctions or the claim auctions as much as they do like the live ones.
Yeah.
And so I put it up at a opening bid of $75, and the guy that wanted it, was bugging me about it. Didn't DM me, but put it like right in the group. Right on that post underneath it said, "Would you consider doing 60?" I'm like, dude, this isn't McFarlane movie maniacs Crow. This is a NECA Crow. NECA usually means money.
Yeah.
They do, they usually do like a fairly low, well, I wouldn't say low print run, on the figures, but they do a limited print run on the figures. And
they're not as mass produced.
Batman in the House of Mystery, yeah. Those were always funky.
Well, I looked him up, so I got right there. If you want to look at it on the share screen. I've been picking these guys up. Thongor.
Thongor!
I don't know why. But,
Creatures on the Loose.
Yep.
Warrior of Lost Lemuria.
So, that's one of the crazy titles I've been reading. We talk about Warlord and all those.
Mm-hmm.
There it is, since you didn't know what I was talking about.
Blow up that cover. I got to read this green print over here because that looks wacky.
All right, hold on.
New from the House of Ideas that gave you Conan and Cull. First time in comic book form.
Yep. And this
One
is
of the
Steranko cover too, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, the Demon of Zangabal.
And there's probably good reason for that, Cliff. This is probably, everybody's got like a guilty pleasure that they're collecting in secret. And apparently Thongor is Thomas's guilty pleasure.
I was in the one of the live auctions that I watched.
I see. It's actually Creatures on the Loose, but It's featuring
Thongor.
So they're like, well, we've kind of bled the hell out of Conan and Cull. What else do we have?
Well, there was like
Bloodstone. Oh my God.
Bloodstone is old too. They had I don't know. There was like, I guess he was in like 10 or 12 issues back to back, but they were in a live auction I had, and they were like $2 a piece. So I'm like, Thongor. And then after I bought like 6 issues, nobody's bidding on these damn things, and I'm buying them for $2 a piece. And all of a sudden, somebody decides, oh, well, this guy's buying them. They must be worth something. So he starts hopping in, and he's starting buying them out. I'm like, damn it, dude. I could have finished my run if you wouldn't have got in here and started buying them.
I know, right? Like, I haven't paid my my invoice from last night from Binge Bar yet, from Comic Book Shopping Network. But I was really tempted because he had like close to 24 issues in fairly good shape. Speculation, yeah. It's not speculation. It's just,
Yeah, somebody's buying these, so let me get in on the action, because I was buying every freaking one of them, and nobody was doing anything. And then all of a sudden,
it's kind of like when you're playing Uno with the kids, and you let it get down to like one card, and then you whack that kid with like 4 draw 4s in a row.
Yeah, take that.
And then they flip the table on you, and you send them to your room, and then you go into your little corner and read Thongor.
Hey,
this is going to be a running joke now.
Yeah, it was. Look, all of them are Gil Kane issues, so
Good stuff.
You can't go wrong with him.
Yeah, I was so tempted. He had like close to 24 original issues, like the old 20-cent Mr. Miracle run.
Oh yeah, the late early 70s run or middle 70s run.
Yeah, mid 70s run, like 73 up, and
it was only like 18 issues or something.
Yeah, it was like no, there was more than that.
Was it?
Yeah, but he had them like $2 a piece, and I'm like, oh. But what I did buy, and you should be proud of me, I sell you all my Thor stuff, so I'm not sure how proud you should be of me, because I'm just probably going to end up at some point selling it to you. Yeah, I only have 10 copies of that, Bill. You want to get rid of that? Yeah, okay. I snagged a Tales of Asgard #1 last night.
Yeah, you told me. I can't remember if I have a Tales of Asgard #1.
If not,
you got one there. It's a beautiful cover.
And I got 2 of the first Stormbringer, which isn't, of course, the first Beta Ray Bill that I still want.
Yeah, I got a first Beta Ray Bill.
I need one.
Yeah.
And
I think I've actually got 2 copies. If I find the second copy, I'll let you know.
what's really stupid is I was watching because I couldn't sleep last night, and I woke up this morning. I started to nod off, and I go, you know what? My PCA is going to be here in about 20 minutes. Screw it. I'll just stay up.
Well,
So I started. Cliff's got 3.
yeah, 3.
Show off.
Yeah, figures.
That's it. You're off the show. Oh wait,
Sure.
you're the only person in the chat. Never mind. You can stay.
Yeah, right now. Well, that's talking about spec books though. So, have you watched WandaVision yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're up to date then. So no spoilers right here. Cliff, you're up to date, right? So watching WandaVision the other day, and of course it kind of reveals who's the villain, and I'm like, oh, I think I've got that book. So I go to look at it, where her first appearance is. Like, dude, not 6 months ago, I bought an absolutely beautiful copy of Fantastic Four '94 for like $20. Guess what's no longer worth $20?
Fantastic Four '94 is what, about 2.25 now?
Yeah, it was something. They were graded copies for $400.
Oh my God. Yeah, Cliff, you are Boomer for life.
Yeah,
We're gonna have you on the show one week when we're just chilling. We gotta
bits
stop.
about old comics. The
Yeah,
the other one though that I know I've got a copy somewhere. I can't find it, and I know Cliff's probably got 5 of these because we've talked, and this is one of his favorite people is our favorite characters. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16 is the first appearance of Monica Rambeau, and that one is gone through the freaking roof.
no kidding.
Yeah, but
I am looking right now.
But yeah, I swear I've got an Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16 somewhere, but I cannot find one. You got
Okay.
5 of them?
I'm looking at FF '94 right now.
Yeah.
They're just under $400.
Yeah.
Just
And
under
the one
400. What's funny is what came up. I just typed in Fantastic Four '94.
Yeah.
The first thing that came up was that Fantastic Four box DVD box set, so you can read all the comics on your computer.
Yeah.
It's the complete 1994-95 anim. Oh no, that's the animated cartoon. Never mind. I thought it was somewhere. I've got the DVD box, so you can put it in, and I think it's like 1 to 400 of FF.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
On those discs. Also, while I was digging around, I found
Star Trek.
the complete comic book collection of Star Trek
Oh,
at the
sweet.
time this was released. This right here just tells me as long as it still works on current systems.
Yeah.
This has the Gold Key Star Trek books. It has the Peter Pan Power Records Star Trek books.
Okay.
DC Comics in Malibu Comics, more Malibu Comics, the Marvel Comics run, and the Wildstorm run. And Deep Space Nine and Next Generation and everything. And,
I know what's terrible is the only ones of those I really like are the Gold Key ones.
Nope, like them all. It's Star Trek, mofo.
Yeah, I know, but
Don't care. Like them all. I bought the what sucks is because a lot of those things are made for the specific Windows operating system that's out at the time of the release.
yeah.
So then you go to put it in, and it won't work. It can't read the disc because it's way back in the past.
What you have to do, and
Because somewhere over there I have, and it's everything everything Star Trek is collectible, especially if it's still sealed, and this is still sealed. I've got a thing that is the Star Trek font program, so it prints out everything in fonts, including Klingon and Romulan and Vulcan.
Yeah.
But it's like Windows 95 or Windows 98 or something like that.
yeah, you can buy, or not buy, but you can find emulator programs now to run on top of your PC that'll let you run that old stuff.
Yeah, I don't need to run it. I just stuff like that. I just want to sell it. The digital books. Yeah, I want to keep it. And I'm sure like I downloaded, because you can download that as a file to save on your computer.
Yeah.
But anytime I've ever done anything like that in the past, like within a month or so, my computer blows up and I have to buy another one, and now I don't have anything on it again.
Dang it.
So it's something that you want to put like on an external drive, just to save it. Because I've got that Star Trek one, I've got the Fantastic Four one, and I've got an Amazing Spider-Man one too. I think Amazing Spider-Man was like 1 through 600.
Really? I say I don't. I've got the only actual DVD program like that I've ever bought. I bought the Hulk, and it's got Hulk 1 through 6, and then all the Tales to Astonish up to 101, and then I think it's like 102 through like 150 or something on it. It's not a complete run.
I've got the first Hulk omnibus, and as far as I know, it's still sealed.
Sweet.
I haven't come across it yet because I still have plenty of boxes to still open.
Yeah.
But I've got that omnibus, and I actually bought that to give to my buddy Dave, and he passed away before I could give it to him.
Oh damn, dude.
And I have that one. I bought that one, and I bought the first Daredevil omnibus, the one that's like the limited edition, like red leather one.
Yeah.
And then somebody packed it wrong in a box, so they packed it with the the book spine out, so the whole thing.
Shit.
So I'm like, I go, well, I could get it repaired, but now I could just sit down and read the damn thing and not really worry about damaging the book because
it's already damaged.
Yeah, it's still all together because everything's like double stitched on it.
Yeah.
But it's just that the end the end of the leather binding on the outside of the book separated from the inside of the spine, so it went
from the book block.
Yeah. So it like spaced out more than it was. But yeah. I'll deal with it. But all right. Well, we're gonna call it quits because Tom and I haven't slept in like 3 days or something. So
all right, man. I'll holler at you later.
All right. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. Cliff, thanks for hanging out. Everybody else that popped in tonight, thanks for hanging out. And we will see you next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel for the second half
of Kingdom Come.
There you go. All right. Good night, everybody.